The epiphany for me discovering that I need to do some work on my negotiating skills started to happen on day one, actually. I didn't accept the fact of how much work I need to do until the second day. We had some cases that we had to do each day, maybe 2 to 3 a day, and I found myself on a buyer side in some cases and on a seller side in other cases. And based on applying only what I knew from the past, it's not going to work. So the epiphany really came in when I decided that I do need to do some work, and this is what I'm going to do to make myself better. What was really compelling about the presentation of the material was really going through the 4 phases. The preparation, meaning do your research before you go into a deal. The exchange of information piece, give away what you need to give away and exchange information and make the other party feel like that you're engaged. And then the processes of bargaining and the commitment. And so I definitely need to do work in the last 2 areas because I always want to make my counterpart feel like that we could still do business in the future. And even if they don't get everything that they want, even if I don't get everything that I want, at least you want to feel like that you could come back to the table again. And so that commitment piece is the piece that I definitely need to do a lot of work on. And that was a mountain of discovery during the course. I chose to go through a 5-day, really intense course that went from 7, 8 o'clock in the morning to sometimes 10, 11 o'clock at night because I wanted to come out of the course with all the tools that I needed and to identify all of my shortcomings and liabilities and turn those into assets and strengths. And going to a 1-day course or reading a couple of books and not having access to a couple of world-class experts in negotiations wouldn't allow me to identify that on my own. Every day we had a feedback session to a team of people in the beginning of the class and at the very end. And so it was always about the feedback, and it was always about how you did, and here's what you did well, and here's what you need to work on. So I was never at a loss for my performance in each one of the cases. And the cases that we reviewed were very challenging, and they got progressively intense as the week went on. We had people from all kinds of industries and sectors and personality types. And I think the personality types was really the difference maker. And so I got a chance to interact with every single person in the class at some point. You had your core group that you got with every day, but then based on what the case was, they made sure they match you up with different people in the class. And so I got a chance to experience many different personality types, just like I would in the real world in my client site or my client sites. And so that dynamic really did help prepare me for application of the knowledge from the workshop in the future. On the last day in the executive negotiations workshop, we went around the room and talked about what are our key takeaways. So my key takeaway was anticipating my counterpart's value in terms of what they want from the deal. In the past, every time I came to a negotiation, I rarely focused on the counterpart and only focused on myself. What do I want out of the deal? What am I trying to get? What's my goal? And my counterpart has the exact same thing. So if I can come to the table anticipating what they want and what they value, then we both can walk away a lot happier and can close the deal and maintain the relationship for the future.